welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are viewing Netflix's Battle Camp. Now, Netflix's Battle Camp is essentially, in a way, kind of a new competitive game show. It gives me like hints of MTV's The Challenge, in a way, but on a kind of a smaller scale. I think they could in the future do maybe a bigger cast. They didn't do such a big cast, but I do think for season one it does actually work out better for them. Also, it could just not be something that they want to do, but you never know what they could do in the future with the show. Now, let's get into the concept of the show. So, essentially, it is like a camp kind of scene, like a summer camp kind of thing, theme kind of competition thing. If you're an American, you kind of know what summer camp is, or those type of camps that you do. So, essentially, the concept of the show is you go on. There is like three teams in the beginning: the Bears, the Eagles, and the Wolves. And there are three teams of four. Three teams of four, and you compete in like kind of like daily challenges. The winners of the challenges are immune. The losers get their names placed on like a wheel spin, and then the winners also get to pick three people from the the two other teams to go up for punishment. So three people will compete in a punishment. The winner is safe. The two losers of the punishment will get their names also added to the wheel. And then essentially what happens, they all have a vote. Everyone at the camp also has a vote. They go and they vote for who they want to essentially have their name on the wheel. And then when you get to the wheel, essentially what happens is they spin this wheel. And if it lands on your name, you are eliminated from the competition. Now, what I will say about this is it is a very good concept. It's a unique concept. Let me know if there is something else that has done this. I haven't seen something like this for a game show. I think it's a pretty unique concept. It's a fun idea. It is very luck. I've said it before that I don't really like luck-based things, like when we did the Mr. Beast. When I talked about Mr. Beast game, it's like, I think I talked about it on stream or something. I don't really like the element of luck. There's a lot of luck in Mr. Beast games, but this kind of works. It is a bit lucky, but it works for the way the show kind of goes, because you can also kind of steer luck in your odds, or to basically put the odds in your favor. By if you compete well, your name is on the board less. If you build on your relationships with the other contestants, then most likely they're not going to vote to get your name on there. So it is a very social game also, and a strategic game. Jesus, don't butcher that. So there in that element, you can kind of, if your name comes up a bunch of times, it is either people see you as a threat, or you're just not really doing well on the social level of the game. Whereas like with other shows that focus more on the luck thing, it is kind of just like, oof, or unlucky there, but you couldn't really do anything about it, and you're gone. Whereas I feel like you could do something to better your chances of staying in. Now the wheel spin is obviously luck. You can see in the show, if you watch the show, it sometimes one person gets one name on there. That's just because they lost the challenge. And they can go home. I'm not going to get into spoilers on who goes home. I will talk about the cast though. The cast, I would say, for this is very good. I think they could have a good season one cast. Now, if you're wondering who is the cast, it is Netflix's reality TV stars. So people from Too Hot to Handle, the Squid Games Challenge, The Circle, those type of game shows that have been casted on here. So if you've ever been on a Netflix reality TV show, and yeah, you probably could get on here. I don't think they're gonna give any outside people opportunity to be on the cast, because I think it is just for their reality TV stars, because it's kind of they're kind of proven that in their competition sense that they can be in there by being on these other shows. But anyway, yeah, the cast I think is a very good cast. for a season 1 cast, I would like to see. There's a bunch of other people that compete on these competition shows that I would have liked to see on the challenge. But I think in this sense, there are players that could do really well in this type of competition. Now let's move on to the challenges, like I mentioned. Now there are two sets of challenges. There's like your daily kind of challenge, and then there's your punishment challenge. Now my thoughts on the challenges for the like daily ones. They do kind of give the vibe of like the camp kind of activity type things, like the kayaking from year to year, camp supplies, making a fire, like there's these towers. There's like this thing called the tower that they use for a lot of their challenges, where you use basically endurance. How long can you hang on there? Essentially like climbing shit and stuff like that. The challenges set the theme of the show. Like they are very set with the theme of the show. So it makes sense that those are the challenges. Are they all very good? No. Some of them are not the greatest, but they do fit with the theme of the show. So it's understandable why they'd go for those. So it does kind of, in a way, fit the show. They're not always as entertaining, but like corn toss, I think that's what it's called. It's like where you have the little bag and you have to throw it in the hole. I don't know what it's called. So the bean bag, you throw the bean bag in the hole. I think it's called corn toss. I can't remember what it's called. There's a challenge like that where they have to throw in there, and then there's people that are hanging, and if you get one in the, like for example, if you get the hole in the left beam will fall down. So people that are standing on the top of the tower have less places to basically stand on, and they have to use their arm strength. And if they don't have any place to stand, they have to use their arm strength to hang on, and try and stand on there as long as possible. That's a fun challenge. It is also like a very camp kind of game. It is very good. Some challenges, like I said, it doesn't hit as good, but they do fit the show, the theme of the show, and the concept of the show. One challenge that I did actually think was pretty stupid was they did a spelling bee. So they had these on the river. I don't know if you guys have seen it. These like massive. They kind of look like giant pillows. You sit on the one side, and then if someone jumps onto it, you kind of like yeet it into the sky. So they have that set up. At this stage of the competition, they split into two teams. So you have these two things set up. If you spell the word correctly, you get a point for your team. If you spell it incorrectly, you get heated into the sky. This spelling bee, I thought, okay, not everyone is on the same level of intelligence. I thought maybe for the guys who are more smarter, or the cast that is a bit more smarter, you give them a bit of a challenging word. Maybe the people that, not the smartest, you give them a word, but maybe it's a little bit of a tricky word to spell. Maybe there's like, ooh, you didn't know there was an I over there, did you know? Ooh. Some, like a little bit of more challenging words. They give them the stupidest words to spell and some of the easiest words to spell. And the editing makes it seem like the ones that get them right are like, oh, how do I spell ocean? Which generally was a word, the ocean. The guy was like, oh no, ocean. Oh. And then they have the voiceover of them going like, oh, I'm actually stumped right now. It's like, there's no ways these words can stump these people. And then there's some, like one of the guys, he has a genuine fear of heights, and he was so scared that he was going to get launched in there. He misheard the word, and he added, he spelt what he heard correctly, and then he realized that wasn't actually a word. But he said the whole time afterwards, like he was just constantly thinking about getting launched in there. That is a little bit like understandable if you make a mistake like that. But some people were struggling with words that I don't understand. For example, I think it was advantage. The girl said she blanked out. She got nervous. That is a simple word. I feel like they could have given them more difficult words. So when they do get them wrong, it's not as embarrassing. Like they can be like, oh fucking, I don't know how to spell that. But when you get simple words wrong, it's kind of like, are you playing it up for the show a little bit? Because some people were definitely doing that, where it was like, oh, that's this word got me. Oh, I don't know, and then they get it right, and it's like, seriously, that word got you stuck in your voiceover that you're doing for the show. That word was crazy, bro. You almost got it wrong. Like, no, you're bullshitting that. There's no way. I'm not the smartest individual in the world, and yes, you can say I've not been in a reality TV setting. That pressure can get to you, and you can just blank it. I'm assuming that does happen. But some of these words were just too simple. I just don't believe everyone. Even the one girl, she was like, I'm gonna throw the challenge and spell it incorrectly. And the word they gave her, she's like, I was gonna do it, but I don't want to throw challenges. The word, I can't remember what the word was, but it was a simple word. If she misspelled that, it would have been so fucking obvious that she threw the challenge. That's how easy these words were. So that's like my one complaint on the challenges. In terms of like the actual wheel for the voting, I want to talk about that. I got some points there. There was one episode where one of the guys called Chase, he got a vote like casted on him, so his name would pop up on the wheel. When they zoom in on the wheel, you can actually see his name before it lights up. And this made me think, when they stand in there by the wheel, can they actually see their names on the wheel before it lights up? So do they more or less like, oh shit, I got 7 votes, fuck. And are they just kind of playing it up for the camera at that point? Or was it just because of the camera zooming in to give you that dramatic effect? Could you see that? Because if that is the case of you like being able to see the the fucking names and you're the cast, that's kind of shit. They should have circled back on that a bit. But yeah, that was just a little gripe. I wanted to see. I didn't see anything about anyone saying, oh, we can see the names all the time. Another thing is the people who were on the votes who get so emotional for the stupidest shit. Like, one of the girls got voted for. She voted for one of the girls, and they got so emotional, or the emotions on the show during the wheel period was, I kind of feel like it was played up a little bit. I don't know, just some of them were just not believable. Like one girl had a full breakdown because she voted for the girl and the girl went home, but she never spoke a word to her, like not one word. So it was like, I don't understand like how the emotions are going like that. I get if it's you taking the votes and you're like, oh shit, but people don't like me, okay, and you can get maybe emotional. But if you've not had an actual conversation with the person and you voted for them, which you've only given them you've only put their name once on the wheel, I don't understand how you can get so emotional if they do actually get picked. But anyway, that's like, everyone is different in the world. Everyone has their own personalities. Everyone reacts emotionally different to situations. So I won't get too much into it, but I do kind of feel like sometimes they did play it up a little bit. Yeah, then there was one other thing now. What was it? Oh yes, the names on the wheel. So sometimes I felt like, so for example, let's say I got 4 votes. Instead of spreading it out like 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, and then I get another 2 votes, and they kind of like split it. So they split it evenly throughout the board. So there's more, my name is more spread out on the board. I felt like sometimes people's names weren't spread out enough. So for example, there would be like one of the contestants' name is Nick, right? Nick will be like 4 in a row, Nick, and then it will be 3 in a row, Chase, and then it's like, I feel like they could have spread them out a little bit more. So when you spin the wheel, there's more of a chance of it landing on a random person. But when it's going past 3 of the same name, and then it's 1 of the person, and then another person, and then 3 of the other person, I just kind of feel like that kind of ruins it a little bit. Like it's more of a chance type thing. if it is spread out more. So if I think in the future they should do that. They should make sure that it's spread out a bit. You can definitely see from the beginning of the show, like the first two, it was really bad with the spread outs. They did try and fix it like towards the end of the show, but I just feel like they didn't really do that quite well. They can still fix it. Now let's get into the thing we've all been waiting for. What do I score this out of 10? I think out of 10, I would give the show a 7 out of 10. I think for a reality TV show, a competitive reality TV show, I think it's pretty good. I watched the whole thing. I kind of enjoyed it. There's a lot of shows that are not the greatest. This is kind of good, and I think they can build on this, and they can get better and better and better. I give it a 7 out of 10. That's my view. If you guys watch the show, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Peace.